What up, everybody? Power Book 2 Ghosts ended in a very similar way to how it all began for Tariq St. Patrick when he first decided to get into the drug game at Choate. Back in business with his day ones, Braden Weston and Effie Morales. And also similar to the Choate days, Tariq is back calling shots with both Braden and Effie working under him, compared to in Season 3 when they were all working together for Noma. Tariq said the new chain of command is that everything goes through him. Tariq put Effie back in charge of working the Course Correct knockoff app, Course Perfect, as well as distributing the weight to the rest of the Ivy League schools, like she's been doing, and we got a glimpse of Effie in action doing in Season 3. Tariq put Effie back in charge of the Ivies after she already bartered them away to Braden in exchange for him helping her and Kane get the information from Nico Halster's laptop. So Braden let Kane pistol whip him and almost killed Halston's wife, all for nothing now because Tariq just handed the Ivies right back to Effie. While Braden is now responsible for running the fight clubs and will also need to find a new group to replace the No Lies group so they can move product that way again also. But the big question is, did Tariq make a mistake by letting Effie get back involved in business with him? Like Braden asked at the beginning of the season when he played Effie to get Roman off the board. We're f***ing with Effie now? And at the time Tariq told Braden no, that he just did what he had to do. But Tariq is back in business with Effie now, like he's already forgot how many times she's played him already. Almost like every time Tariq gets mad for a while, then gradually starts doing back business with Effie again. And then after, she seems so sincere, asking Tariq for forgiveness, almost like she can't even help doing what she does, like she told Tariq in Season 1 of Ghosts, that she accepted the fact that she was a monster when she turned him in at Choate. But let's also keep in mind, for whatever reason, this has always been one of Tariq's weaknesses, forgiving people who have betrayed him. Going back to how he even forgave Kanan for lying to him. And even in Season 4 of Power Book 2, he forgave Diana and Drew for almost getting his mother killed. And neither was that either their first times betraying him either. Getting me to Effie's first betrayal of Tariq at Choate. Soon after Tariq and Braden first started selling pills, Braden let Tariq know that someone was demanded to talk to him, and that she threatened to turn him in if Braden didn't let her speak to his boss. We didn't know the full story at the time, but the reason why Effie demanded to talk to Tariq is because Braden was stepping on her toes. They never actually went into details about it, but based upon what we know now, I think it was something like this. Effie was already at Choate moving coke before Tariq got there. Based upon Season 1 of Ghost, Effie had a plug for coke. But when Tariq brought the pills to Choate, it started cutting into Effie's business because the market at Choate would be more prime for pills than it would be for coke. But if they didn't have any pills to buy from Tariq, of course they would have went back to buying coke from Effie. So then Tariq went to talk to Effie after she threatened to turn them in. And she hid her hand at the time, acting like a concerned student. But Tariq offered Effie a job working for him, and she accepted his offer later in the episode. Soon as she said she would work with Tariq, she saw the chessboard in his room and asked him if he played, symbolizing that the relationship between Effie and Tariq would represent a chess match. So Tariq and Effie started playing chess together, and they actually started hooking up and became a couple. But little did Tariq know that Effie was actually his competition who was getting close to Tariq to plot against him, even though at the same time she was starting to really like Tariq also. But soon as Effie found out that Tariq was vulnerable, she sent a text to an unknown person saying that it looks like the competition was out of product, that she would keep her eyes on him. But even up until this point, we still don't know who that text message was to. I'm almost starting to wonder if Kane was Effie's first plug, because later down the line in Season 2, when Mecca took all his product and was giving it to Lorenzo and Drew to mess with Monet, this cut Tariq out, and he needed product to pay Davis. So Tariq asked Effie if she could get in touch with her old guy, and she told him that he stopped answering a while back. Keep it in mind that when Mecca cut off Monet and Tariq, this also cut Kane out the business. And I'll get back to that part in a minute. But Effie indeed kept eyes on Tariq and saw him in the lab making fake product out of baby Tylenol, and turned Tariq into the office and got him expelled from Cho. Like she said later in season 1 of Ghost, she did what she had to do to eliminate the competition. After that, Effie slowly started gaining Tariq's trust again, and when Tariq needed her to help him move product when he was on trial, they hooked back up and became a couple again. And at this point, Effie asked Tariq how close she is going to be working with Kane. Then when Tariq found out that Lauren got Kane on the wire, Effie specifically said, "She has Kane on the wire?" And Tariq said yes, and Brayden. But notice how at the time, Effie was only concerned about Lauren having Kane on the wire. What was that all about if she had never met Kane before? Then Effie turned around to meet up with Kane to tell him what she knew. Another question, if Effie had never dealt with Kane before, how would she have his phone number to be able to reach him? Because from what I saw, Effie was working with Monet while Tariq had on the ankle monitor and not Kane. Kane was then going to force Brayden to kill Lauren for getting him on the wire. And when Brayden was about to send Lauren out of town, Effie pulled up out of nowhere and tried to take matters into her own hands. Obviously, just like she betrayed Tariq at Cho by following him, she did something similar by following Brayden. Then when Tariq found out the truth and ended things with Effie, she turned around and started smashing none other than Tariq's biggest op, Kane Tejada. Then when Effie got out of jail after Lauren recanted and said she got into a wreck and that Jenny Sullivan made up the whole story about Effie, Tariq picked up Effie out of jail with hopes of getting the information about Anya Covington. And Effie gave Tariq the info, but she was also trying to get back with Tariq, or at least start working with him in the business again. But Tariq let Effie know that he could never trust her again after betraying him with Kane, and that she just needs to find her own way like she always does. So Effie's next plan was to beat Tariq to the punch, so instead of her getting kicked out of business, it would be Tariq on the outside looking in by telling Noma that Tariq was targeting her daughter, Anya Covington. And this would have got Tariq killed if Obi wouldn't have gave Brayden the drop so he could help Tariq escape. Then in season 4, Effie started trying to get back on Tariq's good side, little by little like she always has before. Starting out by giving Tariq the drop that Kane was on campus looking to kill him. But by episode 9, Tariq needed Effie's help again, blacking out the surveillance cameras at the church so he could try to kill Carter. Tariq didn't want to include Effie at first, but Monet let Tariq know that all hands needed to be on deck. So I guess after working with Effie to deal with Carter, Tariq feels like he could trust her again. Getting me to what I started the video talking about, putting Effie back in charge of Course Perfect in the Ivy Leagues for his organization. And now the only reason Effie's even back in the game to begin with is because she showed that her loyalty was completely to Kane Tejada, sacrificing her future in her dream of going to Stanford and getting out the game by giving Kane the money that she's been saving for school. So now Effie is completely broke again, like she was going back to when she was first introduced at Cho, and being forced to stay in the game working for Tariq, leaving the question, is it inevitable that Effie will betray Tariq again? Because she's already betrayed him 3 times. What makes us to think that things will be different this time around? And if Kane was Effie's plug going back to Cho, this could also explain part of the reason why he's always hated Tariq since he first met him. Possibly Kane knew Effie's older brother and dealt with him in business some type of way, and that's how Effie's been connected to Kane this entire time. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.